You're probably wondering why I look so different here, and where I'm from, and what I'm doing in the middle of the jungle. I'm clearly not from around here, but I consider this place my home, and I will do anything to defend it. I wasn't born in the jungle. In fact, I wasn't quite sure where I was really from. What I do know is that I'm different from the locals. Most of them have darker skin. Me, however, I was as pale as the white sand on the beach I was found in, according to my adoptive mother. Way back many years ago, my now mother and father were scouting the shore. They're scientists that study the local wildlife and the environment. They told me that they found me with some junk that washed up the shore. I was alone. They never did find who my actual parents were or where I came from, so they took me in. Home was in the village not too far from the shore. Behind it was the jungle where the villagers often come and go to gather and hunt, and my parents sometimes venture out to study the local wildlife and explore the local landscape, going in and out of the jungle and bringing back many different and strange things. As for me, growing up wasn't too hard. I made friends with lots of kids in the village, and I got along well with the rest of the tribe. But I was more fond of playing it rough. I liked chasing and catching wildlife rather than sitting down all day and trying to learn boring stuff in school. My adoptive dad said I was the hands-on type of kid, and that carried over growing up into my teens apparently. I was joining hunts and catching fish. Sometimes I helped my adoptive family by gathering and collecting samples during their long trips. Overall, we were an odd yet happy family. Until she came to town. Vanessa Harrington III. Tall, pale-skinned woman, haughty rich type, decked out with whatever money could buy, came one day to try to talk to my parents. Rumor says she's some heiress of some massive company from overseas. Another says that's a fake name and she's some gangster who was looking for a base in the jungle. Either way, she was trouble. I was coming back home from getting water when... Listen, I can buy this piece of land. Just name your price. No. For the second, third, and last time. We said it before and we will say it again. We did not own the land, and that area is protected by law. Now get out! She left her house with anger, so I approached my mom and asked. So, Ma, what was that about? Oh, the usual. She had a map of the cliff and jungle that faced the sea with her. That lady kept asking if this area of land was for sale even when it was already declared a sanctuary by the government. She seems to be insistent in having her way. Sounds like a pain in the butt. Oh, very. Regardless, it's almost time for dinner. Let's forget about it and get prepared, alright? I thought nothing of it for a while and thought they had it under control. But no, that woman was stubborn beyond reason. We saw her again, coming back and this time trying to sweet-talk the village chief, though he wasn't too happy when they met. Look, we don't need your money, and I have said it before. This land is a sanctuary. If you want it, take it to the higher authorities. Please leave before I call the guards. Either she wasn't very bright or she was just that persistent, or probably both. But she was very loud. She just ran out in a huff as the security staff showed up. We thought she was just harmless, some rich brat trying to get her way here. But we were wrong. A couple of days passed, then weeks, then a few months. We thought she had given up until one day, early in the morning, the sun hadn't risen up yet, but we heard it. Fire! Fire! The fields! The crops! Fire! Everyone was up. Smoke filled the air and burned our lungs. A yellow-orange glow was over on the horizon, and a large pillar of smoke loomed over in the direction of the farms. As many people were on to stop and put out the raging blaze, the life and blood of our little home, carrying water and digging trenches to cut off the fire as it spread. Hours would pass, the sun would finally rise. The fire had stopped, but the damage had been done. Crops had now turned to ash, and fields were leveled and gone. Months of work and tons of food were gone. We don't know who did it, but we all had a sneaking suspicion of who it was. So I took the liberty of sneaking off, do a little bit of investigating on my own. I heard she was living in the coast somewhere and set up camp there. I snuck off by myself. I went down the usual path down the beach and came across her encampment. Guards, tents, and a large boat. Guess that's how she came here. The guards were big dudes, but I knew the crevices in the beach better and snuck into her tent. I'm working on it. That sanctuary is going to make us rich. Think of all the mineral deposits all underground. Those people in that village wouldn't know how rich it would make them if they knew what was underneath. I gritted my teeth. What I heard afterwards made my blood boil. we can round up that village, make them work until they die. With that, I looked over to one of the fuse boxes that they had set up near her place and jammed an arrow in and watched the sparks fly and the power go. I tried to quietly escape in the darkness, but as I snuck out the back... Hey you! One of the guards who came to investigate had spotted me. I ran and run I did. I booked it into the jungle. And there I was, dodging guards for the next couple of hours. I had to figure out how to ditch them and head back home. Running around them in circles, thinking that I knew the jungle better than they did, I could hear her shouting, "Where's that little brat? I want to show the village her head when I find her." This woman was insane, but I had an idea, another reckless one, but it was better than nothing. I remember there were several marks in the map Mom had made. Those were territories of the more dangerous beasts around here. Soon enough, I made my move. "Hey, you want to catch me? Come get me!" I let them follow me through the jungle. I could hear their goons chasing me and then starting to fall through the slippery pitfalls and running to some of the local wildlife that weren't so happy to meet them. And with a stroke of luck, I found myself near the sanctuary. And her. You're really gonna make me work for coming here. To gut this place and take everything in it, aren't you? You threatened my home. You harassed my family. You really think I let you have your way? No matter. You're gonna be one bug squashed under my heel once I'm done with you. I then turned and climbed up a tree, naturally faster than her as I reached up the branches and she eventually caught up. I can't wait to get rid of you. Oh, care to make sure first? I shook on a branch that she held on. Ha! You think you can make me fall that easy? Then a beehive fell on her. The bees weren't too happy as a swarm erupted in the hive and started to cover her. Angry buzzing surrounding her as she screamed and flailed. "Get them off me! Get them off me!" She screamed and ran, eventually falling and running towards the direction of the river. With a loud splash, she was gone. For now. A few hours later, some of the fishermen caught her floating in the river and she was not happy to see me. Some of her men that got found and caught by the other locals had confessed to everything too. Last we saw of her, she was being called off by the authorities and was probably shipped back to wherever she came from. After all that, I'm still around, officially part of my parents' exploration team. Earned my stripes as a local ranger and explorer. Thank you for watching our video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We would also love to hear from you, so do comment down below what you think and hit the notification bell icon so you can stay up to date whenever we upload new stuff. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time.